Sunday afternoon and I'm looking for things to do since tomorrow it's first day of spring. So I want to make sure that everything is set up the way I want it, ready for me putting plants in that are going to be coming ready pretty soon. And I just got hold of this, and although it doesn't really look much or anything, it's an old bed. And these wooden slats are perfect for letting your plants weave in and out of them. So then we can do some vertical growing in garden like we did last year. So utilising the space to maximum. All I need to do is just reattach these sides and we've got a really good sturdy framework. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. When it's finished, I'll attach it to the side of that shelter that we made last year, because that gets full sun pretty much all day. And we can probably grow something like peas up it. Like these ones that we've been growing. And they're coming along really well now, as you can see. We put 2 peas in each cell. And some of them are slow starters, but they are coming. And so far, we've pretty much got 2 plants in each of these. So they're on the way. And we've got 2 packs of those as well. And they're as sugar snap peas. The ones that have flat pods. And you don't wait for it to produce peas inside those pods for shelling later on. You just eat the old pod. And they taste just like peas. So if you're not a fan of shelling peas, to get quite small amounts, unless you've got a big long trellis full of them, then try sugar snaps this year, because you can just pick them, blanch them, and then pop them in your freezer, just like we do with most of us produce. And then we use that produce on our cooking channel in various things. So as well as growing things in raised beds and in containers, we can also make use of vertical space thanks to things like this that people will just throw away. And we'll just convert it into something that we can use for us plants. So that's this afternoon's job. And we'll have a quick look at where I'm thinking about putting it. So this is that, what we call beer garden area. What we made up last year. And we grassed it all. After giving it a good rake and levelling it out a bit. And that grass was sown in October. A year ago. And it's come on really well. We've cut back a tree and we just use that for putting hanging baskets on now, because we just left a couple of branches there from this dead tree, so we can just drop nice colourful flower baskets over there. But this is where I'm thinking about putting this framework. That's other side of this bed. So I was thinking I can attach it to the side of this shed, and it virtually reaches the top of that shed, so we can get a lot of harvest from plants off that. And it's about 4 foot wide as well, so we'll give that ground a bit of a dig and then put some new compost in there as well, and a bit of feed. And then meanwhile we'll carry on getting garden tidied up as much as we can. I'll just show you these Chinese cabbages. They bolted about a week ago, and now you can see that they're in full flower. No good for anything now except seed collecting, but they still look amazing when you look at the size that the plants have grown to and all those colourful flowers on top. So in some respects it's worth seeing, even if we can't eat any of it. So they'll be coming out soon. But really nice to look at early in here. And because temperature's warmed up a little bit, we're now seeing plants just starting to sag a bit. So we better get these watered. That's as red cabbages. So, since we're already in here, we'll get that little job done. And we've got the same thing happening in here as well. These are those cauliflowers. And again, more weeding to be done. Because we haven't planted spring onions with these as well. So once again, we best get it weeded, get it all tidied up before it attracts slugs. And if we take a look just down here on this cauliflower, we aren't disturbing it too much. You can see that we've got a little cauliflower head just starting to form. So again, we'll give this a good watering. We've still got strawberries in here, but they can go back outside now. Give us a bit of space for new plants. And the Savoy cabbage is looking alright as well. We might as well take this out now. That says garlic. Walnut plants. Doesn't look very good at all. In fact, it looks like the roots have rotted off it. But the others seem alright. So we better get this dried out pretty quick. So we might as well go and put it in that container garden, because we are starting that off over the next couple of weeks as well. So I'll pop that just there. And that's his first addition to container garden this year. Apart from these onions that we planted in this old tin bath. Let's see how they're doing. They look like they're doing alright to me. Nearly all of them got the green shoots now. And then we've got these. They're not spring onions. They're multi-sown bulbing onions. And they're growing very slow. But they are trying to do something, considering they've been outside during the worst of those minus temperatures. So they're all coming along, and that's all that matters. So for now, I'll just cover them back up. And that's what's left of last year's peppers. We left them outside. Now, we haven't got round to cleaning this container out yet, but it definitely needs a bit of work. And obviously these plants are now dead. So we'll get something else put in there at some point during spring. And we've got a little container down here that looks like it's got some self-seeded lettuce growing in it, because I haven't planted anything in this container. So obviously a couple of seeds have got dropped in there at some point, and we've got a little bit of red lettuce growing, so we'll leave that. So it is still early days. Spring begins tomorrow, and that's all encouragement that I need to start and get more and more jobs done out there. And this one is going to be the first one. We'll get that frame put together tomorrow and get ourselves set up ready for maybe some of these peas going in. Or we could interplant with other things like miniature pumpkins or squash. Or we could even plant some outdoor cucumbers, something like Market More. But we'll make us mind at what we're doing when that comes to it. But we know that instead of using one of those flimsy nets that you can buy and a few canes, this will stand test of time. It's very strong and sturdy, so we can basically grow anything we want up it, even quite large squashes, as long as we tie them on as those fruits grow. And like we would do in a greenhouse, using an old pair of tights to make an hammock that we can tie onto these beams to support those fruits as well. But that's quite a while in future yet. So for now, we'll get those jobs done out there, and we'll get ourselves all set up, ready for his spring plantings. If you're interested in seeing what they are, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.